to Lunch with the Boys.
Woo, woo, woo.
My name is Cody, and I am joined by Jordan.
I gotta give it a pause. I gotta build suspense.
Well, it's almost like I wanna get like a duo thing going where we can like play into each other. Where it's like, my name's Cody.
Yeah, and that's what I was about to do.
No,
but
you're
I
supposed to.
I was giving a pause there. I was giving a slight pause there to build up a little bit of
like you know how they do like the finish each other's.
Jordan.
Finish each other's.
Jordan.
No, oh my god. Okay. Anyways, we were talking about oh my goodness, what we were chatting about. Our terrible electricity bill. Tell me again, you're running through it because I wanted you to share this.
Always high. Like I said, I just said that I'm like super like with my AC, like I don't know, like it's not a very good AC, you know, it's just like this little wall unit. You see it up there, you know, like it's nothing great. I will like if like my room gets so hot because of my computer. Oh, this is tilted. That ain't right.
You're like, wait. Now I need to get it all set up again. Which I mean, I've been tempted to mess with this setup a few different times because I feel like I want to like get my face center, but then that just ends up with like maybe too much space up here or anything like that. Which, by the way, welcome. We've got new little like little gadgets up here. We're live. We got a like and subscribe down there. There's a little overlay going on.
I saw the little like and subscribe halfway clipped off the screen down there in the corner. Same with the "we're live" up there. I mean, you can read them. They're there. This is the bubbles are clipping off.
Oh, is it actually clipped off?
Yeah, like you actually like where the white line, like the box for subscribe, like kind of breaks off the screen a little bit.
That might just be on your side. I'm looking at a slide right now.
I don't have YouTube open. I don't see what the final product is. So
yeah, I mean, it's always kind of fascinating. Here's good practice. Okay, so I do love the fact that we're a small business marketing agency. That's us, Good Rep Media. We work for a small business marketing agency. If you work for a small business, if you own a small business and you want to rank better on Google, you want to get better leads, you want to get a better website, contact us. We'll help you out. But I love that we can come into this and we're like, hey, let's figure out what's going on. How can we solve this problem? How can we solve these issues? Let's test out these things because it's a lot of what it takes to be a small business owner. And I feel like showing that process, like how we think about it, how we go through solving these issues, maybe that's valuable to someone out there.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I do like that comparison, you know, like
get rid of
it's almost like our YouTube channel, our lives that we're doing is like our own little small business that we're trying to run, you know, like we're not owners, like we aren't small business owners, you and I, so it's like hard for us to put ourselves in the shoes of those owners, of the people that we do our work for. But this is almost like a small taste of that, where it's like, this is our thing, we're running this the way we run this, we're in charge of figuring out everything, so it's almost like we're our own little owners and get our experience with it.
Yeah, and it's an interesting side project almost. Like it's not necessarily a side project. We are here promoting our business. Like we work for a small business marketing agency
right now.
Yeah, but we are being paid. This is we're not ownership stake, and that's something that we discussed before. Is stake in a business and how much stake someone might have based on their buy-in. But that's not the main topic of today. The main topic of today that we wanted to discuss was kind of new business offers. So when you're a small business, your offer, what you can do, how you're promoting those offers is really important. And I wanted to kind of approach it with the idea of like I'm doing a side project. I've got my own little YouTube channel that I'm working on. So I'm working on my own offer for that channel. Like what makes people come to my channel? What makes people interact with that? Very same thing with this Good Rep Media. Like as a business, we're working on Good Rep Media. What draws people to us? What makes us unique and different? What is our offer? What can we offer? And we might have multiple offers. I mean, right now I can tell you we have multiple packages that we offer for different businesses. Those are all different offers. And then we have different offers for different niches of businesses that we target. But getting into this whole idea of offers in general, I think is something we could do a little bit better at. And it's something that I feel like business owners in general could do a little bit better of a job understanding, especially the pros, cons, and like how to use an offer. Because I mean, hell, I didn't know what an offer was before I started this job. Did you?
No. No, not really. I mean,
Ooh,
something.
your mic went out for a second there. I
Did
think you're
it?
back.
Yeah, I'm messing with it right now to try and put it a little bit more in front of me.
Oh, okay, okay. Are you good to go? Oop, you are not. Uh-oh. Unlucky. So this is going to be Cody monologue time. I don't normally get this without Jordan coming. Yeah, you see his eyes going wide. He's like, no, don't do this. Don't do this, Cody. It's not a great opportunity for you. So if you are a small business owner and you're looking to rank higher on Google, if you are looking to get a lead through your website, if you're looking to set up email funnels, SMS funnels, if you're looking at running some ads, if you want new customers, feel free to schedule a call with me. My name's Cody Anderson. I help run Good Rep Media. We are a boutique small business marketing agency. We primarily help single owner businesses, single location businesses rank better on Google. We help get your website to the top of maps. We help you spread your citations. We help you with backlinks. We help you with the whole thing. If you're interested, come chat with us. Come chat with me. I offer free consultations at this link down below. If you want to come schedule, I'd love to chat with you. We are also huge nerds, I will say. So if you're at all interested in talking about Dungeons and Dragons, Warhammer 40K, Magic the Gathering, I've recently gotten back into Pokemon. I can do all of those things. I'm down to help. I have actually wanted to consult on card shops. So if you're running a card shop, I might be able to do a special deal for you, but not 100% sure on that. I can't promise it. You might be new to the business. I need to see like some consistency because we do need to actually get bills paid, you know. But anyways, some of the offers that we as a business have are complicated. So Good Rep, we are a small business marketing agency. We offer new websites. When we build a new website, it costs a lot of money up front in order to get that type of thing going. And so we are able to either offer a large upfront cost where, hey, for X amount, we can build you a website. Here's your 2 week timeline. Here's what it's going to take. But that doesn't generally work for small businesses. We analyzed this. We kind of looked at what a lot of these small businesses are able to handle, and a large upfront cost of multiple thousands of dollars is just not feasible for people. When you run a single owner business, single location business, you are often stuck a little bit. Your income goes hand to mouth. You are working for your paycheck. The services that you provide are going directly into the finances of your life. And that puts you in a really tough spot when you're trying to invest in growth for your business. Obviously, growing up, I'm gonna tangent a little here because my dad growing up, he worked in landscaping. He did landscaping, he did trucking, he did construction. He was kind of an everyday handyman. And so his whole thing was being a handyman. He made himself invaluable as a problem solver to a bunch of different construction, trucking, landscaping companies. And so he formed his own LLC and operated his own business where he was able to actually go out and then consult basically on a bunch of different jobs. Are we back?
We're back. We're back.
Welcome back, Jordan. Well, let me go ahead.
I've been scrambling. I got the mic working. Sorry to interrupt, Cody. I want to hurry up and say you were doing fantastic. I don't know if you're seeing me like you're doing great.
Well, thank you. I'm glad.
Yeah. So I moved my mic a little bit out here because like this is like a mic that's meant to kind of be spoken into, and so I realized I probably wasn't sounding great before that, and so I was like, I'm gonna move it out here, and I set it out here, and then when I did it, it came unplugged from the bottom. And then when that became unplugged from the bottom, that switched the mic that it was using in the video. And like when it switched that, I plugged it back in, and now like this mic was working. But because it had switched audios, you can't manually tell it to switch audios once you start recording in Riverside. And so like the
Oh.
mic wasn't working. So I was just sitting here like there's nothing I can do. I like unless we stop the recording. And then I went and I looked at it, like what mic was it picking up that it wasn't working? And it was doing like my capture card for like my Nintendo Switch where I can like, put game audio up and stuff like that. And
Okay.
so I just unplugged that. And then that like refreshed like with the correct mic plugged in. I unplugged the one that it was on and it did the whole like, oh, we have to find a new mic for you. And it set me back to the proper one. So
That's
it was a
that's
little
actually
workaround.
genius.
Yeah.
Honestly, props for that solve. I
I
feel
was like,
pretty
I
good after
looked at the time, we were 7 minutes into the video, and I was like, can he do another 53 minutes?
that. There was a point, so I was like watching it for a second and
And like
trying
when
not to be distracted by you going like this. And at a point, you just stopped and kind of sat there and were watching me, and I was like, "Wait, are
that
you
was when I
done?
was
Is
like
this how we're gonna go for the next
that was
50
when I
minutes?"
realized like I don't think there's anything I can do. Like
that that was I watched you sit back for a second and then you just started like watching. And then in that moment I
just
was like, okay,
just
so I
trying to
need
make it
some
look like I was in
material.
part. So like when we get the shorts and stuff, like if it snaps over to me, like I'll at least be like,
So you would at least look engaged.
yeah,
That would have
like the
been, oh
shorts
my
would
goodness.
you wouldn't know from the shorts that we were
Uh,
having audio issues.
that would have been absolutely hilarious. For anyone who is just joining us, Jordan's back from having audio issues. I was in middle of telling a touching story about my childhood, but
This is a beautiful story.
yeah, the whole topic of today's show, we're talking about offers, small business offers, and what it's like to be a small business. I was diving into a story, Jordan. I know you were probably a little distracted
I was
trying to
very
solve some
distracted.
issues over there.
Yeah.
But I
Yeah, I
was
have no idea
talking
what you're talking
about
about.
growing up. My dad owned a construction business because he set himself up as basically an everyman. He could solve the problem. His job was to come in and be that guy who could do the project for the larger construction companies that didn't have the capabilities to do the thing. So,
Yeah.
for example, he worked for some big construction companies out here where he would come out and he would do landscaping, and then also in addition to the landscaping, doing some of the groundwork for like plumbing and stuff like that because he knew enough about it. Where they could hire him as a contractor to come do all of these things because he had the proper education, certifications, and experience. Instead of hiring multiple companies where they needed to hire someone to be in the ground, someone to be doing the landscaping, someone to lay the rock, like they could rely on just him to do all of this. And so he set himself up really well where his main thing that he did was just solve problems. He was like literally a mob boss fixer for these big companies. And so he schmoozed the bosses and was like, hey, I'm the guy you bring in when you have a little project you need to get done and you can't get it done with what you've got.
Yeah.
I'm the fixer. And that's a great spot to set yourself up in. But mind you, it also took a lot of work, it took a lot of effort. We had on when I was a kid on our property, we had a semi truck, a semi trailer, and if you those are two different things.
Yeah.
We we had an actual trailer, two bobcats, we had three go-karts, like a bunch of we had everything. We had his
Nice.
own truck lift, we had a pole barn that was 2 stories. It was a whole production that he had set up. But it was worth noting, like I spent most of my life really poor because he invested all the money that he made back into his business and upgrading his toys. So when
Yeah.
you're a single person business, that's what you're doing. You're living off of the money that you're making. And so those offers that you're able to make when you buy a new thing or you get a new upgrade and you can then offer another service, you really need to be able to do that and make some money on it.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of my takeaway there.
Yeah. I find it interesting, like when you talk about offers, to think about like the capabilities you have to make offers at different stages of your business. You know,
Yeah.
if you're like a small, like you're talking about there, if you're like a small, single person, like one owner, one man business, that offer you're probably not going to be able to offer as much. Like, I mean, like if we're talking like deals and offers
Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
in that sense, like the value provided in your offer probably isn't going to be as much as like the bigger ones because you're able to like take you can take more on yourself and like be like, okay, well, we'll take a little bit of a hit to provide a better service once you get bigger. But you can't do that in a situation like you said there, where it's like, no, we have to take everything we're making and put it back into ourselves. Um,
Exactly.
yeah,
And I think it always comes back to something that Joe says, which I always find hilarious, is diversification. He's talked about it a couple of times this year. Which if you're not following the Joey Matterhorn channel, definitely go check it out. But when you are doing a side hustle, when you are working a job, when you are learning skills, you need to diversify those skills, those side hustles, and those investments. It's everything in life. They talk about it like the stock market. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't put your eggs in one basket.
yeah,
Get skilled on multiple different mediums, learn multiple different avenues for making money, for growing as a person. Like, you need to constantly be reevaluating where you're at so that you can constantly be in growth. Because if you're not in growth, you're stagnating, and that's not a really good spot to be in.
no,
So, with that said, when you're a small business, I think it is really specific because you can't do the same types of things that these big businesses can, where it's like, hey, here's my big discount. Because if you discount your main highlight service, you don't have a second avenue of income. So
yeah,
if you're a lawn care company and you only can do lawns, you have one truck, and then you start discounting lawns, you got nothing else that you're making money on.
right.
As opposed to if you're a larger lawn care company that also does landscaping, you can discount lawn for the
Because you're
beginning of the
still
season.
getting a steady income from the landscaping side of it.
Exactly, because you can earn this steady income from landscaping. And so you're able to kind of juggle those things.
Yeah.
You want to be able to diversify so you can rely on other streams of income when you're taking risks or you're giving deals on
Exactly.
your main source.
You
And
you
so,
need you need kind of pillars to support those, like, you're every time you do something like that, I think risk was a great word to use there because, like, like, these are opportunities, but there is obvious risk involved with it, and so if something were to happen negative to it, at least you still have these other pillars of your company to keep it supported.
yeah, and it also is a lot different when you are a large company to a small company, because if you are on an individual level, I own the company, I'm providing the service, I'm interacting with my customer. If I give them a discount at the very start and then I have to raise the price, and then they come to me and they're like, "Hey, I can't handle that." You're all of a sudden negotiating prices. And
Mhm.
it's on an individual level, you're the owner, they're talking directly to you, as opposed to no one's going to try to go sit there and negotiate with Geico. No one's going to try to negotiate with the number one lawn care company in, you know, Florida, North Carolina, whatever state,
Yeah.
the South. Like, they do everything. Their
Yeah.
prices are their prices. They're not going to change for you. People have that understanding. Customers have that understanding. But if they
Like,
talk to the owner, they feel like they can change it up. At least that's what I think.
no, no, I think you're absolutely right. I think,
Yeah.
like, it's almost funny. There's almost like a goal level you have with your company to get big enough to get to the point where it's like, yeah, I could turn away customers if I don't, if it's like they don't like what I'm offering, whatever, no sweat out. Like,
Mhm.
like I worked at Meyer for years, and it was like, how many times people would be like, oh, like you just lost a customer. Like, there's the meme of like you just lost a customer, and it's like, who cares? That's very real working in retail. Like, you get those people all the time that are like, I'm never going to shop at Meyer again. And it's like, guess what? Like, we didn't care that you were
We
like the company as a whole. It's like, yeah, like if they lose one person, they don't care because they still are able to maintain like who they are without like having to bend over for you.
Well, and it's also unrealistic when you are that large of a company. Like, Coca-Cola, for example. Oh, they do something and people start hating on Coca-Cola. Like, maybe they lose people to Pepsi, sure, but that's just going to be until Pepsi does something that makes other people angry and then people come back to Coke.
Yeah.
Like, they're
And
not going anywhere. That's
and as with that particular example, Coke is so much bigger than Pepsi.
well,
Like,
it is.
so
As
much
a company,
bigger.
it's huge. I
Yeah.
I remember seeing something on Facebook, like a meme about it, where they like compared. I don't know if it was market share or maybe it was profitability or something, and it was like, circle next to circle, and it was like Coke, Pepsi.
Yeah. Yeah, because, like, I didn't realize this, like, Pepsi, like, isn't international. Like, it might be in a couple other countries, but, like and, like, they might
Oh,
have, like, bottles and stuff that get shipped out, but it's not like, you go, like, international and, like, it's Coke. Coke is everywhere, like,
mhm,
fountain pops and stuff like that. Everywhere you go to get, like, a pop, it's gonna be Coke.
yeah.
Or whatever other maybe off-brand that country might have as well. I'm sure there's a lot of sodas out there that I don't know about that they have in these other countries, but
Well, now that I'm thinking about it, I so have you been out of the country before?
I've been to Canada when I was really young, and, like,
Okay.
I barely count that.
Yeah, I don't I've not been to Canada, which I think is crazy. Like, I can drive 6 hours to go to Canada, and I
Yeah,
drove the other day 8.5 hours to go to Nashville. So,
yeah.
like, I don't know why I've not been to Canada.
Because why
I
would you? Well, like, what are you gonna get
because it
there that
is
you're not
right
getting
there.
here? Like, yeah, it's not like you're gonna go there and get healthcare, you know?
Well, fair. Maybe I can cheese it somehow. But, I have been to the Dominican, and when I was in the Dominican, it was all just American sodas because I was on a resort, and I'm
Yeah.
assuming that's what
Was
it
there
is.
Pepsi?
I don't think that there was Pepsi.
That sounds about right. Yeah, like, I just remember going like, learning that in a marketing class, like, they were like, like,
Mhm.
the professor wanted someone to think Pepsi was, like, just as big because he was so ready to be like, "Oh, really? Because it's not in these other 375 countries."
Oh my goodness. Emily, I'm not saying Canada doesn't count. I
I
I
said
I
I said
really
my
do.
trip to Canada didn't count.
Well, how old were you?
I don't know, probably, like, 10 or so, maybe
Eh,
even younger.
if you remember it, I'd say it
I
counts.
remember parts of it.
Okay. Do you remember, like, actively being there? Or do you remember, like, being at a Meijer in Canada? Does Canada have
I
Meijer?
remember the falls,
Okay.
'cause we went to Niagara, the Canada side of Niagara Falls.
Okay.
I remember the falls.
So
I
so
remember
just the Canada side of this attraction
yeah.
that is also in America.
The other side is in New York, and who wants to go there? You know?
Wait, isn't Emily also, like, from New York? Like, if she went to Canada to live there and then moved to New York, you're just actually roasting the viewer.
Uh,
10-year-old doesn't count. Okay,
yeah,
boom.
yeah.
If
Like,
you have to
if
be
you
old enough to make the decision to go. How about that?
yeah, exactly. Well,
Boom.
no, I don't know, no, because, like, I could be 16 and still have to go on a family vacation somewhere, and I think 16 years old counts.
16
Because
would
like,
count.
that's, like, old enough to, like, do your own thing in
What
Canada,
then
to
what
have those
about
memories.
14? Does 14 count?
Probably. 10 almost counts. I feel like 10 is on that line. Like, I
Okay.
but the thing is I might have even been a little younger than 10,
Okay.
you
So
know?
you're like, I'm 10 or, like, lesser than sign.
Yeah, like, I'm at the point where, like I said, like, I only have, like, little memories of it. If it was, like, I remember, like, full on consciousness of being there, then it counts, you know? But, like, it's like, I remember the falls, I remember this little ride that we kinda did, and I think I remember, like, a Hard Rock Cafe. And that's a I
Okay.
think I remember, so that's not even really an I remember.
So, Jordan, if I'm getting this right, what I'm hearing is you need to have a full recollection of the memory of being there, and you also have to have had the capability or responsibility to be able to have done things on your own for it to count.
I think just memorize memory. I think
Memory? Okay.
I would take out that beginning part that I had
Okay.
said where it's like you kinda did things on your own. No, like, just if you can, like, remember the trip, like,
I'm
like,
here.
through and through, you remember it.
Fair. I think I'm here for that. See, and I'm trying to remember things that happened when I was a kid, and my memory is a little bit fuzzy. Most of my memory is in, like, photographs. Crazy enough. Like, do you
Yeah.
have that?
"Look at this photograph."
Exactly. But no, straight up. So as a kid, we had
All my
fun.
memories are sepia toned.
I'm
Everything
just
all my
remembering the
memories are
music
dimly
video.
lit like I never replaced a light bulb. That's a Wonder Years lyric.
Jesus. So when I was a kid, I used to watch VH1 and MTV in the mornings at like 6 a.m. because my bus came in the morning at
Yeah.
6:37. So I'd be up at like 5:45, ready for the bus at like 6, eating breakfast, watching VH1. And I remember listen or look at this photograph.
Photograph. Yeah.
Every time I do, it makes me laugh. I
Yep.
do. I think I could sing that whole song. I should do that for karaoke. That should have been my karaoke
Nah,
song.
nah.
Photograph by
Pick
Nickelback.
a song. You gotta pick songs nobody knows for your karaoke. That way, nobody knows if you do it good or bad.
Oh, geez, man. I'm a lyricist. I'm not a vocalist. You know how
I
it
am
be.
too. I am too. Very much am.
Anyways, so I don't even remember where we were going. We were talking about being in Canada. I do think Canada counts. I do think Canada has all the same sodas. Pepsi has to be in Canada, right?
I feel like if there's a country that it's in, it's probably Canada.
Okay.
Uh, yeah.
And
Who
now I'm
makes
trying to
Canada?
think.
What company makes Canada Dry?
Oh,
Like, isn't it like a ginger ale?
it has to be a ginger. I mean, it is a ginger ale. I don't know. It has to be a Canadian company, I
I,
have to
I
assume.
would
But now I'm
assume.
imagining
Well,
it's
it
an
might not.
American
It
company.
doesn't. No, it doesn't. Why does it have to
Exactly.
be? Like I could see Pepsi like being the people who make Canada Dry as well.
Well, should we just file Canadian lawn care and like open that down in, you
Can,
know,
Lawn Care Canada.
lawn care Canada? Oh my goodness.
Uh, why not?
I don't
Why
think
not?
anyone in
See if
America's
we see if
filed
we
that
can just
LLC.
rank in Canada, just across the entirety, local rank Canada.
Oh my gosh. Anyways,
That's the goal
so
right there.
business offers is where we were at.
Yeah.
Um, we were talking primarily about the fact that if you're a small business owner, you're offering one service, and then you start discounting that main service, you can end up in a really unlucky spot. So, like, what are some other ideas that you can think of for people in that position to kind of offer discounts, promotions, to offer some type of special offer to get people in?
I think this is something that I am very inspired by you pitching this many times to our clients. I think punch cards, like a loyalty system,
Oh
where
yeah,
it's like, yeah, we will reward you, but only after you have invested enough in us to be rewarded. Like, yeah,
yeah.
we'll take money off the top, but like if we take $50 off something, that's because you've already spent 300 with us.
Yeah, and I will say I love punch cards for a number of reasons, and I think that this is something that maybe more small businesses can pick up on. A punch card is extremely local. A punch card is something that they're coming into your business and you're handing them.
Yeah,
So when you hand them that thing, they have it. It's a thing that they have in their hand now. And if it looks cool, it looks nice, it's high quality, so it's not going to fall apart when they put it into their wallet or when they put it into their pocket and they can take it out and pin it to their fridge, they might keep it. I can tell you that there was a Mexican ice cream place that I went to next to a smoke shop back when I smoked before in March. I went there once. They gave me a punch card. They did it twice because I bought 2 ice creams, and they were like, "When you get 10, you get a free whatever ice cream," or something like that. It might have even been 5. And so I was like, "Okay, cool." And so it's been sitting on my fridge. You know what I haven't done? Taken the thing off my fridge to bring it back in to go get more ice cream. You know what I have done? I've went
bought
and
ice
gotten more ice cream.
Oh, really?
Like, I've not gotten punches. I've just gone and gotten the ice cream
That's
multiple
interesting.
times.
That's interesting, Cody. Put it in your wallet.
I The thing is, I'm awful because I use a money clip, and even the money clip is too much for me because I hate carrying things
You gotta get
around.
yourself an Apple Watch and then just like link your
The
card
tap
up
to
to your
pay I'm
Apple
kind of
Watch.
here for.
Yeah, and then you just got tap to pay right on your watch. I do it all the time.
It's kind of crazy. I used tap to pay with my phone for the first time this past summer. I think I used it at like a gas station because I
I
didn't bring my wallet in.
I just used my card at Meyer like yesterday for like the first time in like a month. It was like the first time I'd used my card. And I was like, this almost felt weird. Like going into my like reaching in because I was like, oh, I don't have my watch on and my phone's dead. And I was like, I reached into my pocket and I was like, I haven't like pulled my wallet out at a register in a minute.
See, and that's just so crazy. Like we talk about like the human experience. The human experience is so absolutely drastically different than it ever used to be because you're sitting here like, yeah, I tap my phone to pay for everything. I'm here like I used my phone to pay for the first time and I felt weird doing it and I haven't done it since. And you're like,
Yeah.
yeah, I haven't pulled my wallet out. Like, dude, what?
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
world's a
like, at a
crazy
register,
place.
it's not like I haven't taken my wallet out of my pocket in months, but, like, at a register, like, opened it up and, like, pulled my card out, like,
Yeah, like
that's been a
actually
minute.
gone and paid. Well, that I mean, I can be here for that whole idea. I think the membership and loyalty programs for small businesses are huge. If you
Yeah,
don't
like,
have
jumping back to that really quick, I wanna say, you talked about, like, a lot about, like, a physical punch card.
yeah,
I think that is fantastic. I think it's almost, like, novel for, like, small
yeah.
businesses that are very brick and mortar to have, like, an actual physical punch card. I love that. If you are bigger, it doesn't have to actually be punch cards. Like I said, there's
Mm,
so many loyalty systems that you do now. Like, every food place that you get food from has loyalty to it. It's just
yeah,
you order, like, every 5 orders you get something, or it's like every dollar you spend you get a point, and then once you get so many points you can, like, cash them out for something.
yeah.
And if you're a bigger business, if you're not brick and mortar, you can get apps that do it very easily. There's a lot of very cheap things that you can do to do that system.
Well, and
um
there's a lot of stuff that happens in your point of sale that you can also use. I
yeah,
know like Square has it built in where you can add loyalty programs and do s- things with the loyalty program. And I want to draw a clear distinction in like loyalty programs and memberships. Memberships are paid where you're paying to get an extra feature or discounts or things like that. And I think that's another thing that we should touch on here because memberships are a really good idea if
yeah,
you're a single service like small business and you have a lot of repeat customers. Um it's trending into that like discount territory, but loyalty programs are something that you offer free on top that just inspire people to come back.
yeah.
I always bring up the loyalty programs in pot shops because I feel like pot shops always have really good loyalty programs. And I do think that this is a product of being the new industry.
Yeah.
They don't have a history. They don't have a
Well,
this is how we're done. And so they're
and
figuring it out.
and with it being such a new industry here in Michigan and a lot of other states, it's like it's so competitive right now. It's
Yeah.
such a competitive industry that, like, if you don't have that loyalty program, it will cost you customers because that is a reason that people come back to them right now.
Well, and it's the industry itself is so extremely competitive. It's a what I've heard called a race to the bottom right now, where a lot of these larger, more backed companies that have a lot more capital, a lot more money, are basically operating at a net loss to sell their product as cheaply as possible because they can outlast and take more losses than any of the mon pa or smaller businesses.
Yeah, and then
So
once all those ones are gone, then they can bring their prices back up and actually see profit. But
yeah,
they will see a lot of profit because they're the only ones left to do it.
yeah. And so right now in Michigan at least, it feels like a race to the bottom. But what this has also created is an intense competition for, loyalty programs, follow up, delivery. If you see a something working for a competitor, it is immediately taken up by every single pot shop in the entire area, and it will quickly go across the entire state. Um, Delivery was huge, being able to buy order delivery. It started with flat delivery fees. All of a sudden, it went to minimum order numbers, and then it went to square radius for free. Like they've slowly been racing down to
Yep.
what is not a sustainable number.
Yep.
Um,
It's a good
Kind of
time to be
crazy.
a stoner in
I was
Michigan,
gonna say it's a little bit
other than that
crazy.
tax that just passed, but ultimately that's not even that bad.
Well, so I don't know enough about the tax. They
I
so tell us a
I'm
little
just
bit.
saying
Give a
based on
highlight.
numerical, like I think it's like 24% or whatever. At the end
Mhm.
of the day, that's really not that bad. All things, like, because, like, I personally, like, I'm maybe spending like $30 a week,
Okay.
so, like, like, I spend an extra $7, like, it ain't that bad.
It's not crazy, and more than anything else, I'll be real, um, I'm kind of here for the tax because the whole point is to tax it and then give the
Yes.
money to schools and things like that. I
Yeah,
don't.
I
I'll be
saw this
real.
video, and not to get, like, overly, like, into, like, the politics of it, though, but I saw, like, something that, like, the 25% increase or whatever was supposed to be going towards roads, but specifically that this tax was going towards roads that were going to be, like, preemptively like, they knew they're gonna be getting damaged from this, like, are you familiar with the Porkies thing going on in northern
Mm-mm.
Michigan, up in the UP? There's
No.
I forget it's some there's some Canadian company trying to like open a factory. I want to say it's a factory. Everything I'm about to say might have like one or two
Grain of
degrees
salt.
wrong. Yeah, like
Big
I may be
disclaimer.
my understanding of all of this is like there's a Canadian company trying to open up in the UP some like factory that's going to heavily pollute like a body of water up in the UP. And
Okay.
like there's like some indigenous animal there that it's potentially threatening. We as a like state have had multiple petitions to try and like stop it from happening, and we just actually passed another one that like is stopping the government from funding it, so like it can still happen, but now it is going to be fully out of the pocket of investors and like the company that's building it. So that's pretty cool. That's going to slow that down. But the truckload coming and going from that factory was going to be like tons, like a lot every single day, like millions of tons, and it was like going to destroy the roads. And so I think
Oh,
that this plan was like preemptive to like have the money to fix the roads from that. It was what I had heard.
interesting. And see, I mean, that's kind of crazy to hear. At the same time, the the money being used to fix roads is not a one-time thing. The
Right.
tax doesn't just go away. The the consistent use of the funds for roads. I mean, also we're over here talking about roads. I just want more education funding. Like I'm here for roads. Roads are really bad. Michigan. So we deal in Michigan with awful roads because we have the freeze and then the thaw and then the really warm summers and then the freeze again. And that's awful. Awful
Yep.
for all of our roads. Um do we I'm trying to think, like, the best roads we have are ones that are brand new, and then they're
I
good for,
I
like, 2
don't
years.
I like listen, I've been to other states and been like, these roads are horrible. You know,
Yeah,
like I don't think ours is bad. Like we get some potholes. We get some pretty bad potholes, I will admit. But like normally like our bad roads are like roads that you're not on anyways. You know, like yeah,
yeah.
like I'll find myself going down back roads or something and be like, "Oh wow, this road is shit." And it's like, "Yeah, well, why am I on it?" You know, like
Why am I here? Well, and it's I wanna just say, like, some places have awful roads. I think we spend so much time fixing our roads compared to everywhere else. Like, that's the comparison I would make. Our roads
I
are
don't
great for how much work we put into them.
but,
We
like, I
think
have
they
no
should be
idea how
better.
much construction is going on and you know, like, I don't know, other states, like, I'm not in them enough, like, I couldn't tell you what the traffic is like in North Dakota, you
Well,
know?
exactly, and I'll be
Like
real, I'd rather deal with potholes and bad roads than tornadoes and hurricanes
and
and
we still get
flooding.
tornadoes, though.
What? Oh,
We still
well,
get
okay.
tornadoes.
We do get tornadoes. That's not, like, real, though. We don't get, like, the
That's not, like,
scary
real.
tornadoes.
That's not real, like, one of the schools
The
in my
one touchdown, like, 500 feet from me a while back. Like,
yeah, I was gonna say 1 touchdown from me too, but,
they're
the,
not real.
my Union City, one of the schools in my high school district, I remember like had like the roof ripped off in school by a tornado while the kids were in it. They're not real.
Okay. Maybe maybe they are real. I will say,
But they're not as common as they
yeah,
like the real ones aren't as common as they are
they're
down
not
in
as
Tornado
bad.
Alley.
They're not nearly as bad. But getting back to memberships, loyalty programs, If you're gonna do a loyalty program, definitely do it. If you're gonna do a membership, I think memberships are really, really good for small businesses. So when you offer a membership, you're basically saying, "Hey, pay an upfront fee for this benefit," and that benefit might be like a weekly event. That might be a discount on services. I'm thinking of, for example, like there's a local coffee like warehouse slash shop. They opened like a beanery 6 years ago or something, where they just import beans and they would warehouse them and ship them out to places. Then
Yeah.
they did grinding and they opened a new coffee shop like 2 years ago. But they offer like a membership, and their membership is, hey, you can come in and try new beans like twice a month or something like that. Just come in and try them. Get a free coffee twice a month. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, cool. You pay them, I think it's like $10. And then anytime you want to go in, you can go in, and it's whatever new beans
So
they've got in, they'll give you, and you
so
get to try
you
it.
you do have to be careful as a small business with what you offer with a membership though, because
Yes.
if you are not careful, some like if there are people out there who will find little loopholes or little ways to take advantage of it,
You're
and next
saying
thing
this
you
because
know,
you
it's like,
are
oh,
one.
I pay $10 for the subscription, but I get $20 worth of it out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like you look at what was it, like Movie Pass or whatever it was
Oh
that
yeah.
used to like a long like years ago was like buy us and you can go see as many movies as you want to see. And then they were like, we haven't had a single month profiting. Like it was
Yeah.
crazy that like they struggled for a year and then just like went out of business. And it was like it's because everybody is paying $12.99 and then going and seeing $50 worth of movies a month.
Yeah, and they didn't have a clear path to actual monetization. That being said, when you are providing like an actual service, I mentioned the coffee place because I feel like this is a really good example. The profit margins on the beans, as long as you're making a profit margin with the membership and you're offering them maybe a slight
Yes.
discount, you're guaranteeing sales that
Yes.
you may or may not have had otherwise. And the benefit to you is that risk analysis of you have guaranteed sales on membership. So another good example of a membership that I know of is card shops. One of the card shops out in Holland near here, they offer, I can't remember what they call it. I think they call it a gym trainer or something like that membership, where you pay, you gain free access to any of the like Pokemon tournaments that they have during like the month. You
Hmm.
can go and use like their free play, and then you gain like access to some of like free snacks when you're there, something like that. So it's like a little bit of a pricier membership, but it's like an exclusive community of people almost, where people from the gym center, whatever it is, this group, they will get together. They have a special role in the Discord. They get invited to special events where it's like, hey, I'm going to be at the shop hosting a impromptu tournament this Thursday. Pizza's free for anyone with the membership. Come on in. And then he buys two Little Caesars pizzas and offers free slices to the, you know,
Yeah.
general populace of his card shop, because his customer is a bunch of 16 to 25-year-old guys who are interested in having Little Caesars pizza and playing Pokemon cards. Like, he
Yeah.
knows his audience. He offers them a deal and discount and then gives them events to come to periodically where they feel involved in the community. And that's a phenomenal little system that he's built into this membership.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I love that. Um,
Jordan, are you over here like, wait, you want to play Pokemon?
no, not really. But I have been playing a little bit more of the Pokemon
Pocket.
Pocket again. Yeah, they I don't know if you've opened that. I know you're a Pokemon guy. I don't know if you've opened it this month. They have
Mhm.
like a special pack that's only available this month.
Oh,
It's only 4 cards per pack, but like a guaranteed like foil or like rare basically out of them. And it's like from like all of the packs, you know? So like you're getting old cards from old packs, but every like the last card in every pack is going to be a good one.
ooh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I should re-download it because I haven't opened it in a hot second. I'm not the biggest like Pocket fan.
See,
I've
like neither am I like ultimately, but like I don't want to go spend real money on packs. And so
Yeah.
like to be able to like get that dopamine hit of ripping 2 packs a day feels good.
I I will say I have not opened packs in a hot second, but I'm sitting here
We
with,
open packs in Nashville.
that doesn't count. I meant Pokemon packs. I haven't
Okay.
opened Pokemon packs in a hot second, and I'm
When's the
sitting
last time
here
you opened Magic packs?
with
This
you.
morning.
Well,
Oh.
that was the last time I opened Magic Pack. I have been tempted because we have again, here's a little side hustle, small business advice for you. There are vending machines that you can go out and purchase and then stock yourself with your own types of product. We have two in the castle that are dedicated to nerd related activities
They're
like
like little
Pokemon
Korean
cards.
pop-up shop,
Yeah, pretty
like little
much.
Korean pop-up shop vending machines.
Kinda. They're really
Yeah.
sick looking in all honesty. I should go grab a I'll grab a picture of them today.
Yeah, you should.
But
I'd be very curious. You should like try and pay attention to them. Like I'm curious, like how quick the product kind of goes in them. Like make a mental note of like the stuff at the back and see if it gets to the front ever.
I
Like
probably should take like a picture over time to see how it does
yeah,
because I
because like
would be super
I'm more
curious.
curious less in like how much the product is selling is like how well the vending machine is doing. You
Yeah.
know, because like
I
that could be a dope little like that would be nice.
well, and it's funny. So my best friend growing up, he actually works for a vending machine company, not the vending machines themselves, but he works as a restocker.
Yeah,
So people who own vending machines will hire this company to restock, and he basically earns a commission on all of these vending machines that he stocks.
nice.
So he goes in with the idea of like, what should I stock this vending machine with? Where should I set up a new vending machine? So he plans his route, he works out his route with the company, but it's all like, okay, so if I got this vending machine at Sam's Club that's doing real well, I'm gonna get this other one that's doing real well at this business.
You ready for my next $1,000,000 app idea?
What's that? Let's hear it.
Basically, like an Uber driver app, kind of, but instead it's for vending machine companies to like hire people to go like stock their vending machines. You
Oh yeah.
know, like, be like, it's like you partner with, like, Sam's Club or something,
Hmm.
right? And then, like, you'll, like, be like, "Oh, this vending machine in this city needs to be stocked." I, like, go to that Sam's Club, like, open it up and, like, be like, "Okay, someone's gonna come pick up my order of, like, food or, like, my candies or whatever I need," and then they'll take it and do it, and then they get, like, a little commission kickback out of that, you know what I'm saying? Like
Well, that's kind of what I'm getting at here.
yeah, that's like
I think
what
the
they
vending
do
machine
already,
industry.
but it's like a full business of it where like this is more for like people like us where it's like if I bought 5 vending machines all across Michigan in different cities, you know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? Like if I saw good opportunities, now I can just hop on this app and like I don't have a business and I'm not going to go to Detroit every 2 weeks to like stock this, but I could hop on the app and be like, "Hey, we're going to pay this guy to go do it," you know?
Yeah, I get what you mean. I'm
It's
curious
a
if that
little
doesn't
more
already
niche.
exist.
Oh, it could.
That
I don't
that's
know.
where I'm at. That's where my mindset immediately goes. I'm like, I imagine that has to exist because people do that already. I know like the vending machine stuff was something that a lot of
But
people had hopped
but
on
this is more
before.
of like those are like people's jobs. This is more of like a shift shopper or like an Uber driver where it's like, "Oh, I just need to make a quick buck today," and
Yeah.
then I can just jump on and do 1 or 2 of them, and
Well,
then they go and do it.
I mean maybe it might exist. It
Might
might be
exist,
one
might
of
not.
those. Like I feel like that's almost one of those. What's the app name? TaskRabbit? Is that still a thing?
I'm kinda like that. Yeah, I get what you're saying where
Where
yeah.
it's like almost like a generalist, like, "Hey, I need you to go to Gordon Foods, purchase this for this amount, or even just go to this Gordon Foods and pick up the order that I have waiting for you, and I need you to go stock this.
Yeah.
Here's your $20 fee to go do it."
I don't know. Could like if it's not something that is tapped into, I could see it. Again, it's a little more niche. It would never make you as much as like an Uber Eats driver app would make
Yeah.
like
Well,
Uber because like obviously this is only pertaining to people doing vending machine
but
stuff.
isn't Uber, like, not making money and has never made money?
I don't know. I don't know.
I
I don't know. I don't know the truth. I can't imagine that's true. I
I
cannot imagine that's true.
I want to I need to I'm gonna Google it.
Yeah, please do.
Has Uber ever made money? Ah, it became profitable in 2023. Well, that's nice.
Yeah, I
I
was gonna
I
say
I
it was
remember
like
reading way back that they didn't.
yeah, they made $10.7 billion in 20 or in quarter 2 of 2025.
Gosh,
Yeah,
that's just
I
so
think they're doing all right.
that's so crazy to me. I so I hate using delivery apps for food. It
I hate it because, like, I don't need to spend that money, I'm so close to them, but, like, I love doing it.
I it makes me feel guilty. And
Yeah,
I think I realize like I'm transitioning to a different stage of my life because I feel like a dad almost where I'm like as soon as Cassie and I will be talking about like let's order in and I like look at how much it costs to deliver, I'm like, I'll just go get it.
yeah, that's
Like,
me almost every time. The only times I really order food and get it delivered is, like, if I'm not feeling well or if the
yeah.
weather's bad, and then I feel really bad because,
See,
like,
if the weather's bad, I would feel even worse because if there's I remember there was like a blizzard going on.
listen, that person is going to be Uber driving regardless of if you put that order in or not. Just know that. They'll be doing a different order if not
Dude,
yours.
I hate to ask it, but I've got to. Do you tip them?
Yeah.
Okay.
I tip drivers all the time. Like,
Uh,
now, that being said, I will reduce tips and I will tip based on what the service I think I received
well,
was.
no, no, no. So if they're out in a snowstorm and the food gets there and it's a
They're
little
gonna
bit
get a good
cold,
tip on a snowstorm.
yeah, I
Yeah.
was gonna say, as
Yeah.
long as we're on the same page there,
I
definitely got to tip
I
for
am
snowstorm.
I am pretty through and through, just pick the minimum option on my deliveries,
Mhm.
like, for tipping. Um, and, like, I do deliveries, so, like, I'm not, like, whatever, can't be offended by it because I do it myself.
Yeah.
Um, but, like, snowy, shitty days, only slippery, snowy days, rainy days, I won't do this. But, like, I will probably go either 2 or 3 ticks up and do, like, the 3rd option for my tip.
I'm actually so I'm curious on this then. I have a specific policy for like drinks or whenever I like go out to coffee or anything like that. I tip
Yeah.
dollars on drinks. Do you think that's fair or is that crazy? Like
I mean,
if I go to Starbucks or if I go to Big B and I get Cassidy and I get a drink, it's like 12 bucks.
you're tipping the barista at a Starbucks?
Yeah, every
No.
time. Dollar
Like,
drink.
you're okay to do that. Like, I'm not gonna judge you
But you
for
don't you
doing
don't
that,
tip
but
baristas?
I'm not gonna do that. No. No.
Okay. Well, well, you don't get alcohol and stuff, so you
No.
probably don't tip on those either, so that
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
When I was drinking, I would always tip a dollar on any alcoholic drink that I got.
I would probably do that, but I also don't fully understand that. Again, that would be me doing that because I know that's kind of the norm, to
Mhm.
tip on alcohol. But, like, I don't see why getting an alcohol is that much more, like, why a waitress deserves a tip for getting me alcohol when it's the same amount of work as it would be to get me a soda, you
So
know?
the whole thing, and I want to be clear again, it's the system's fault. The whole
Yeah.
system's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
But it's because they have to tip out the bartender. The bartender makes a drink for her, then they have to tip out the bartender a portion
Does
of their tip.
does the bartender also not make minimum wage?
I think the bartenders in general make slightly more than the like regular server minimum wage. I don't think they make a
But they're still
regular.
not making, like, basic minimum wage in a state.
No, I don't think so.
Okay, they are still surviving off of tips.
Yeah. Well, and it's also worth noting there was a comment on the original video talking about how and I don't know if this is specific for Michigan or if this is everywhere, but if you are a server and you make less than the minimum wage in Michigan, so like if you make less than $15 an hour in Michigan or whatever,
Yeah.
the restaurant has to pay that difference up to $15 an hour. So
Really?
you're supposed to
That's cool.
actually make up to $15 an hour as a server minimum. And so if
Alright.
that's true
Alright,
and that's
cool.
actually going out there and
So
happening, I'm here for
stop
that.
putting the blame on me for not
Well,
tipping.
I mean, I'm here for that in general. Like that's
Yeah.
the way it
No,
should
yeah, no,
be.
I think that's great. I love that. I agree. I am here for that fully. Like, I think servers should be getting over minimum wage, and we
Well,
know that. We know I
yes.
feel that way.
I'm just I don't know if that's like in Michigan or I don't know if that's all across. Those are the types of things that it's so the deluge of information from every resource out there is just crazy. So it's hard for
Yeah,
me to keep up on all that. That's one of those things where like I wish I knew more, but
but I
I'm
don't.
pretty sure
Yeah.
I read that in the comments of one of the shorts that got a bunch of interaction.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah. But
That
okay,
one.
moving on for offers. limited time promotions. We just set one of these up. I was setting one of these up for a massage client. Spooky October special. Welcome to fall.
I
Love
want I
that
want
for us.
I want to talk about one thing about this.
Ooh.
I got so excited. We were on a call with this client yesterday, and he said these words, maybe we can reduce the price. And
Boom.
I was like, we made it. We did it. Like, we're there. Because, like, as we've talked about many times on this podcast, he has been someone who has been very like, I already give a good deal. I don't want to reduce prices. I would rather like bundle things and like do stuff like that. And like, we've been like, people want to save money. They don't want to spend more money to like spend less, like they'd rather save off what they were already going to get. I think this goes back to what we were talking about earlier, where it's like if you're a smaller company, it's harder to give bigger offers, but he's growing. He's doing better with us. We've been able to grow. He's getting into a bigger studio. He's hiring new employees, and now he's getting to a position where he can offer a little bit of money off his service. And that is exciting. As his marketing team, that is exciting.
Yeah, and it is really cool to have him actually like growing and trying out new things, like getting him to do an email campaign. He came in into
Yeah.
the meeting, was like, "Let's do it. We're ready." And I'm like, "Okay, heck yeah, let's test these things out. I'm ready to try out these
And
new ideas."
I love that, like, the idea of an email campaign came from what he thought was, like, a negative. Like, the whole topic started with a, "Whoa, you guys emailed everybody," and it's like, "No, we didn't. We did this, and this is a good thing." And he's like, "Oh, that is a good thing. Maybe we try an email campaign." And
Like,
it's like,
wait.
"Yeah, there we go." So we need to just start making little micro errors that get addressed as positives to point him in the direction that we wanna go.
Well, and it's also in general getting the idea across and recognizing that, hey, there's a lot of nuance to what a customer wants, and there's a lot of saleability to different things. So the offer that he wants to push this time was a couples massage, which is a hard sell.
Yeah.
Um, advertising to couples, trying to get people to book twice. It's getting two people to link up their schedule and book a massage on a random weekday can be very difficult.
Yes.
So that's a hard thing to try to get bookings for. Now, that's where he's at. That's what he kind of wants to book. That's where his idea is at. So we're going to hit it out. We're going to test it out. And then we're going to go back and we're going to be like, hey, let's try out Lomi Lomi massage again. Let's try out raindrop
Yeah.
therapy and like hit like something
Yeah, because,
specific for
like,
one
especially
person
with,
that can
like,
treat
those
them.
ones that are also new massages, like, he just started those, and I feel like we didn't hammer them really. Like, we did, like, a month for one of them,
Yeah.
but then, like, the other one didn't really get much love at all, maybe a couple posts, but it's like, "Hey, you rolled out a lot of stuff here, don't move on to the next thing yet, like, let's talk about these a little bit, let's try and push these."
Yeah. And I will say he's gotten some of the new ones. Like I noticed he did have a
Like,
Lomi Lomi session. There's a couple ionic foot baths that he's gotten booked, which is super cool.
that's the interest.
Which
That one interests me. That one interests me because I looked up photos of ionic detoxing and that shit looked gross.
actually,
Your feet are just in like brown, dirty ass water, dude. I legitimately for the photos on the website, I took the images of it that I found and I gave it to Chat GPT and I was like, make this not gross. And like they
that's
are very
awful.
clearly like a little bit of AI in them, but they look so much better than the photos would have looked if not.
That's so awful. Oh my goodness. Well, I mean, if it works, it works. But we
Yeah.
do need to get new images. I'm excited to get
Yeah,
new
that's what
images.
hey, as soon as we're done here, I'm probably gonna go grab Condato's, which is like right next door to him, because I'm gonna have about an hour between now and photos. Then I'm gonna take some photos.
It's
Hopefully
gonna
we
be a
get
good
some
time.
good ones.
But let's finish this off. I wanted to we're covering offers for small businesses, limited time promotions, being able to do like seasonal discounts, seasonal deals, monthly deals. Hey, we're reopening. We have a new person joining us. Come check us out. We would love to introduce this new modality, this new thing that we're able to do. We're a lawn care company. Now we can do landscaping. We're offering a little bit of a discount to any first come, first served. Like, let us do these things, make those promotional services, bundle some services. If you're looking at doing massage, maybe you want to do a couples massage, put them together. If you want to offer discounts without offering a discount, offer free add-ons of things that you can reuse. I think of massage because we're discussing all of this. Hot stones, you heat them up and you can reuse those. Cupping, you can reuse those. There's a lot of reusable things that you can use in massage, add-ons, enhancements that you can do.
Yeah.
Similarly, when you're out there and you're mowing someone's lawn, offering them a free edging is a lot easier to do because you're already there and edging doesn't take very long.
I
Sometimes
thought that
it
was the point of
obviously.
edging.
What?
Nothing. It was a
I
dumb
didn't think
joke.
I heard anything.
You said
Memberships and
edging, but
loyalty
you
programs.
listen. It was. I'll tell you the joke afterwards. I
No,
shouldn't have
trust
said
me,
it.
I get the joke.
Yeah.
Welcome to the Good Rep Media podcast, brother. uh, Membership and loyalty programs, being able to offer kind of events and special privileges to anyone who wants to join special monthly recurring revenue. And then, yeah, I think that covers most of the things that we got a chance to go over. There's a lot more. I almost want to like upload these notes for people who might listen to these, or like link to the notes in
It
our
wouldn't
like
be
video
bad,
or
like,
something.
or like as like you could probably put either like a link to like a Google Doc with them, like right in the description of the video, or you could just
Yeah,
paste them right into the description of the video.
yeah.
Some people do
It's been
that, sometimes the descriptions are like pages long.
there's got to be a limit, but maybe that is something we can look into.
I've seen entire song lyrics posted. Like you go to most music videos, like
Mhm.
all the song lyrics are posted.
Well, song
You know,
lyrics aren't that many total words in comparison to like
depends on the
actual
song.
description. But
Depends on the song.
but anyways, thanks so much, guys. Thanks for joining us today. My name's Cody. This is
I,
Jordan. Oh, you were gonna do it this time? Okay, okay.
I'm not.
Pause. Redo.
No.
Okay,
You
okay.
you got it. You got it.
Hey guys, we're Good Rep Media. We're a small business marketing agency. We are here to help your small business rank better on Google, help your Google business profile get found, help you generate more leads, more interest, more reputation online. If you're at all interested in checking us out, come schedule a call with me. Use this link, go follow it. We offer free 30-minute consultations. I will chat with you for 30 minutes about your business, about what we can do to help, what you can do to help, what you can start with, completely
You can
free,
ask.
and would love to chat with you.
Yeah, you can ask Cody where he got his awesome Pokemon banners in the background.
Yeah, right here. These,
Yes,
they're
sir. Those are
actually pretty
dope.
sick.
Yeah,
You can ask me about Blue and Little Blue, Blue 2.
you're my boy, Blue.
Exactly. But hey, guys, thanks so much. It's been an absolute pleasure. Talk to you later. See you next time.